If you want to continue to follow our adventure, click subscribe. So you don't miss anything, click the bell notification. Hello, Lost on the Road subscribers and followers. Now, I recognize that I've made this channel primarily about living your dream, and we are living our dream. But the other thing I've talked about is trying to figure out how to live frugally, debt-free, have a savings. I've talked about financial security a lot on this channel. So I thought it would be a good idea to share with you what I have learned to make our adventure maybe even more frugal. Since we've had the homemade truck camper, we've been able to do things that we've never been able to do before in the pop-up camper. In the pop-up camper, I was always, for lack of a better word, scared to experiment or try things new. It was very simple for us to just use the pop-up camper to go from national forest to national forest, and really just try to find places that had a spigot of water, not necessarily drinking water, but at least a spigot of water, so we could do our laundry and filter our water and take showers, and areas that had AT&T cell signal so we could have internet. That was pretty much the criteria. If we found that, then we stayed there, and we tried to maximize the amount of time that we stayed there, trying to reduce our cost, trying to learn the area. And it has worked very well for us for the last year. But with the truck camper, I think that it lends us some opportunities to try some new things, and I can share with, specifically with travelers, maybe not full-time nomads, but travelers. And if you are a full-time nomad, it might be an opportunity to check some of these out and give them a try. So as some of you probably know by now, we have been planning to come to South Dakota. But before we did that, we wanted to go through Iowa so I could see my daughter. Now, I did a little bit of research. I didn't want to spend a lot of time on it, trying to find a campsite in Iowa, a free campsite that we could stay at after we visited with my daughter. There just wasn't a lot on the route to South Dakota. A lot of the free campsites only allowed tents. Iowa wasn't really an option. Now, there's a lot of free campsites and parking lots, different things. So that's what we looked into, was rest areas. Iowa is really unique, and there's a lot of these spread out throughout the country where states allow you to stay at their rest area overnight for 24 hours in Iowa, actually, and it had free Wi-Fi. Well, that was a real handy deal. It also had spigots of water outside that you could use. So we were able to stay at a rest area, use their Wi-Fi, also take a shower with their water, because we took a shower in the back of our camper. For the entire trip up through Iowa, we had basically free electric because we were already traveling, which meant our truck was providing the electric to the refrigerator and charging the batteries and all that. So we didn't have to run the generator. The generator cost us $30 to $40 a month. Well, as we were traveling through Iowa, we knew we wanted to come to South Dakota. We wanted to go to the grasslands near Wall, which is where Wall Drug is, and there's grasslands. We hope to sleep, wake up one morning and see buffalo outside our camper. But that was a long trip. So, of course, I was looking for campgrounds before we got to Wall, and we found one here in South Dakota, just west of Sioux Falls, that had free electric. Now, I've heard about these. And I always wanted to try one, but with the pop-up I was very afraid, because I also heard that a lot of them, they just had a bad reputation, not very safe is what I've always heard. So, but I thought, why not? Now that we have the truck camper, we can come here, and if we don't like it, we just move on. So we got here, and sure enough, there's 6 sites that have electric, 20 and 30 amp electric. And each site has a water spigot that you would have to share with a different camper. One of them, they actually had it where it split off and you could share it with the other camper. It's interesting. So you could have water and free electric. Now, the campground itself is beautiful. As you can see behind me, it's well cut. There's playgrounds. There's a basketball or a baseball court. Now you can only stay 7 days, and if you stay past the 7 days, they're going to charge you $150. There's a bathroom with running water, toilets, and sink. It's well maintained. They come out once a day, actually about 3 or 4 times a day, and they're cleaning things and mowing the grass. It's well maintained. And last night when we stayed here, I felt very safe. There was only one other car here. I think she was sleeping in her car. So this got me to thinking, I wonder if it would be possible to just go from one, campsite, free electric campsite, to another free electric campsite. And that probably wouldn't be very cost effective, because the distances you would have to travel. But Nebraska is just littered with campsites that have free electric. Now I looked at a few, but Oklahoma had several, Kansas had several, Missouri has several. But the traveling distances. What I was thinking, though, is if you're wanting to get to a location and you're just traveling anyways, you might want to try to plan your trip so you can stay at these campsites. Now, each one vary in length of stay. This one was 7 days. Some of them are 3 days. Some want donations, or at least ask for donations. This one didn't ask for donations, but I'm going to call Monday morning the number on the board and see if they will take a donation. And I'll just give them a couple dollars. You know, we only spend about 10 cents a day on electric is what I figure, using Missouri's electric prices. So you know, if I give them a couple dollars, I mean, that would still keep my costs very low and give them a little revenue. But if they don't take donations, then what I'm definitely going to go to do is I'm going to go to town and I'm going to buy, we're going to go to town today, we're going to buy some bread and just different staple items that we run out of a lot, just so I can support the community so they can continue to keep this park free. Because this is very nice, and I don't want to take advantage. I'd love to understand how they can afford to do it. But so far, our entire trip from Missouri to South Dakota, we've had free Wi-Fi, free electric, and the only thing we've spent money on is gas for the truck, which we were going to have to spend anyway. So a whole new opportunity to reduce cost if we just open up our minds. And so now our dream just got cheaper. It's absolutely incredible. So, thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe. Click like if you like the video, and happy travels.